Okay. Any other questions on the sutras that we completed or on the process? Absolutely clear so far? Yeah? Main chapter is over. What is the crux of this chapter?
Choicelessness is freedom.
Choicelessness is freedom. Yeah? Samatvam buddhi. In Sanskrit, Samatvam buddhi. Equanimous intellect. Samatvam buddhi leads to samadhi. Yes, that is the chapter in one sentence. Samatvam buddhi leads to samadhi. Clear? Okay. The sutras. We'll do the sutras, then we'll do the whole slide together. 6-33?
Yes.
So in this, you know how there's one sutra which is like the main sutra, then 2, 3, 4 will be repetitions. That's why they're not all there. Because repetition. He goes on in the same question, repeating in different ways in 3, 4 shlokas. So just one we picked from each. Yeah, so you're not really missing any part of the story. Yoyam yogastvaya prokta.
Yoyam yogastvaya prokta.
Samyena madhusudana.
Samyena madhusudana.
Etasyaham na pashyami.
Etasyaham na pashyami.
Chanchalatvat sthitam. Chanchalatvat sthitim sthiram.
Chanchalatva sthitim sthiram.
Yoyam yogastvam. This yoga. Yoyam is this yoga. Tvam is you, that you have just enunciated. Prokta is to enunciate, to tell. This yoga that you just told me about, or this that you just enunciated, Samayena Madhusudana. Sama and Samayena is the same thing. What is it? Of equanimity. O Madhusudan. He addresses him as Madhusudan. Etas yaham na pashyami. I do not see it happening to me. As in continuously. Yeah? Just like you experienced a few moments of silence and then that went away, same thing happened to Arjuna. He experienced a few moments of silence and then that went away. So you say, I can't see it happening steadily, consistently to me. Chanchal, what is the meaning of chanchal? Unsteady, restless. Chanchalatvat sthitam sthiram. Because of the restlessness or chanchalta of the mind. Yeah? Same question you have? Yes? So beautifully it is written now. What exactly will happen to you is already there in the next sutras. Yeah? That is why it has to be done like that. A little bit of sutras, then a process, then a little bit of sutras, meditate again, understand the whole thing, then you come to that last part. If you just kept reading this and had not done any meditation, would you understand it? No. So he's asked the same question in 3-4 verses after that, which I have skipped. I'll just tell you what they are. He says it's so turbulent, it's so restless, it keeps going to this side and that side. It is difficult to control it, just like you cannot control the wind. The Lord starts speaking and he says, I understand it is difficult. I understand, Lord Arjuna, it is difficult. Yes, but you can do it through 2 things. What are those two?
Yes,
Abhyasa and Vairagya. Where else have you done these 2? You already know the answer. Yes, Abhyasa. And how is this Abhyasa to be done? With Vairagya. What is Vairagya? Yeah, right now I am not interested in eating, I'm not interested in touching, I'm not interested in seeing anything, I'm not interested in listening to anything, yeah, I'm not interested in smelling anything. Yeah. Right now I just want to go within. You start with this dispassion, then only meditation will happen. Otherwise, you're sitting in meditation, but you're thinking about food. What will happen? Will you be able to meditate? Constant dvandva in the mind about the food. Or you're sitting in meditation and you're thinking about what your friend said. Said means sound, sense of sound. Again, you are stuck in what she said. She should have not said this. I like what she said. No, I dislike this. Dvandva is on again. Are you getting this? Dispassion means starting with, I am not interested in any of these five right now. Got it? So you put that reminder on your phone. Every time you see that reminder, next half hour, 1 hour, whatever, I am not interested in watching TV or talking or smelling or tasting or listening to anything. I just go within. That dispassion is required. Otherwise, it's no use. You will have closed the door, you will have sat there in your room, but you're still thinking about that movie which is going on in the hall and everybody else is watching. No use. Yeah. Start with dispassion. Bring dispassion into your little practices. Start with it just for that half an hour. I'm not interested in these five senses. If I tell you, oh, drop all of them right now forever, your mind will say, oh my God, it's a big thing. I cannot do it. Direct resistance. Yeah. Start with baby steps. The baby step is this half hour, 1 hour, whatever I have set aside, not interested. And not interested not just in not eating or tasting, not interested in thinking about eating or tasting. That is true dispassion. Not interested in not just listening, but not interested in not even thinking about listening. In my Art Excel courses, I have a very cute book. It's a story of a panda and a monkey. Yeah. So very pretty pictures. We did that in your Art Excel also. So I always show them that storybook. Yeah. Panda is a happy panda. And monkey is monkey mind. Yeah. So monkey observes panda is aram se sitting, aram se eating, very happy. And monkey is all the time, yeah, his mind is all confused, chaos. It's like this in all direction. His hair is also standing up like this on the picture. So he tells panda, how you're so happy all the time? So panda says, oh, it's very simple, my dear monkey. All I do is when I eat, I sleep, I rest, I play, I have fun in the jungle. So monkey said, I do all these things. What is so special? I also eat, sleep, play, have fun in the jungle. What is so different? He's saying, no, my dear monkey, you don't do that. When you are eating, you are thinking about playing. When you are playing, you are thinking about sleeping. When you're sleeping, you're actually dreaming about what you're going to do next day in the jungle. So he says, oh, now I get it. So that means I need to be in the present. So he says, yes, your mind should not be full of all these thoughts. Your mind should be full of the present. That is called mindful of the present moment. And then the book ends with, how are you? Mindful or not? The children love the story, especially with those awesome pictures. At Art Excel, they learn. being in the present moment. Yeah. How mindful are you? Yeah. Again and again, here. That is a yogi, a true yogi. So in the other sutra, now the Lord starts speaking and says, have dispassion. Yeah. Only dispassion is the way that will take you deeper into your practice. I didn't put it because most of you've done Patanjali, you already know this part. Yeah. Then again, Arjuna asks the question. He says, yoga is still very hard. Yeah, it's still very hard. He just keeps repeating. So Krishna says it is hard only if you don't use skill. Yes, the skill is important. This where have you learned before? Ashtavakra Gita. Yeah, a skill is required. And what is the skill? Can't define it. It's not describable. Yes, you have to pick up the skill. And how will you pick up the skill?
Practice.
Only your effort. So the skill will come through abhyasa. Got it? Yeah. That is the only way. Ravi and Arti's question. What happens if I cannot do it? Yeah, because Arjuna is in that state, no, now. Questioning state. How much ever Krishna is telling him, it can be done only through vairagya and abhyasa. He's still stuck. Yeah. So he says now, he who is unable to control his mind, yeah, in this lifetime, what happens to him? Does he not perish? And then the next sutra I have given you. This is a more poetic sutra, so I put that in. Kachinno bhaya viprashtash
Kachinno bhaya viprashtash
Chinna bhram iva nashyati
Chinna brahmaiva nashyati
Apratishto mahabaho
Apratishto mahabaho
Vimudho brahmana pati.
Vimudho brahmanapati.
So Kachina bhaya vibhrashta, fallen from both. What is both? This world and the other. Remember Guruji said? Yeah. In this world, I've been doing meditation, nothing is happening. Nonsense. And I wasted that also. I could have been in the movies. I could be partying, enjoying life. Yeah. Indulging in all kinds of pleasures. I left that also and I can't meditate also. Fallen from both. Got it? It's very important in this sutra. Chinna bhram iva nashyati. Fallen from both, won't I perish like a cloud? How a cloud perishes, no? As in it, it becomes water, it becomes rain. So how it bursts open, yeah? So Arjuna is being very poetic here and he's saying, won't he like completely, burst open or meet that disastrous end? He's being very poetic. That's what I like it. It's really cute here. Yeah, Chinna. Apratishto Mahabaho. What is apratishta? What is pratishtha? Prestige. He becomes apratishta. He's become totally useless. His complete prestige is lost. Izzat ka faluda. Vimudho Brahmana Pati. Once he is deluded on this path of Brahman. So the whole sutra is fallen from both the worlds, does he not perish or end like a cloud? Yeah. Once he cannot follow this path of Brahman, losing his prestige. The next sutra I didn't put in. He just says, "Oh Krishna, only you can tell me the answer to this question." There's nothing much to put in that sutra. Now, Lord Krishna answers the question. 6-40. Partha naiveha namutra
पार्थनैवेह नामुत्र
vinashastasya vidyate
विनाशास्तस्य विद्यते
nahi kalyanakrit kaschid
न हि कल्याणकृत् कश्चित्
durgatim tata gacchati.
दुर्गतिं ततः गच्छति.
So he says, O Partha, neither in this world nor in the other world or the next world, vinashastasya vidyate, is there destruction for him. Nahi kalyanakrit kaschid. Somebody who does kalyan or somebody who does a good merit, for him never does, that's the part of, for him never does, the last part is durgatim tata gacchati. Durgati never happens for him. Durgati is?
Bad.
Yeah, nothing bad, no destruction, no tragedy, no failure ever comes to him. Reading the sutra, you'll say, oh, I have done one good thing. I'm done. All set. I don't need to do any more spiritual stuff. No. What he means to say here is, whatever effort you have put in this lifetime, understand Arjuna's question. Arjuna says, I have put in only so much effort. And of course, I'll put in whatever effort. But what if I don't get enlightened now? This lifetime I put so much effort, but I didn't get enlightened. Will I go back to zero? Will I have to start again here? Will I lose this merit? He says, no. There is no failure. The moment you've done this, you will lose all the money that you made in this life, the relationships you made, the cars, the mansions, whatever pleasures, name, fame, everything will go. But you will be reborn with this merit. Then in the next lifetime, it increases. And even if you still don't achieve enlightenment, you will be reborn with this merit. And then it will increase again. Do you get it? You understood the meaning of the sutra? Yeah. It keeps going with you from birth to birth to birth. That's why it's called sadhana. Dhan, wealth. Sa, that which goes with you. Saath, the Hindi word saath. Yeah. That which goes with you. Sadhana.
So even if somebody do bad karma, they have result for that separate and the merit they have that is separate.
Yes.
So one doesn't destroy the other.
Yeah, correct. Otherwise, people will think, oh, it cancels out zero.
So no mathematics.
No mathematics. You don't lose your spiritual dhan.
Okay.
Yeah, that is why meditate.
But it does negate the negative karma. Right?
Yes, it does. But she's saying the other way around. Does my negative karma negate my positive? So it's good, no?
Yeah, I like that.
This mathematics she likes.
Isn't this one of the 5 sanchitas that you spoke?
Yes. Education.
Is there a karma video?
Yeah. You will carry it with you. Yeah, you will never lose it. So you are not first time on the spiritual path. In your previous lifetime, you did something, but it was only so much. You could not get enlightened. You had to start again. That's why in this lifetime, maybe in your teenage or later on, something triggered and you came onto this path. And then you started. And then you're going from there. Got it? Yeah. Huh.
I mean, I'm asking the same question. So, is it possible that in the same life that soul can get enlightened?
Yes, absolutely. 100% possible. This moment Satori can happen. This moment. You have to be ready to let go of Maya. You are clutching onto Maya like this. You are clutching onto Maya. All you have to do is open your hands. This moment it can happen. It doesn't take long time for the soap to do its cleaning. Yeah. The problem is you hold on very, very long to dirt. Poor soap. You have to keep cleaning, keep cleaning, keep cleaning. You keep holding the dirt, it keeps cleaning. Yeah. You just open your hands. Stop holding on to dirt. And what is dirt? My attachment to people, situations and things. Bottom line. Nothing else. My raga or dvesha for people, situations and things. Husband, wife, child, mother, father, friend, boss, colleague, major attachments of your life. You either have raga or you have dvesha for them. Yeah. Situations, job situation, financial situation, health situation, home situation. Yeah. You either have a raga or you have a dvesha. Yeah. Or you're craving for a situation which you don't have. Name, fame, power, prestige. All situations.
What about ambitions?
Ambitions are part of that. What is ambition? A desire that you've become feverish about is equal to ambition.
But what about if there's a purpose of it? Doesn't matter.
Again, you're forgetting the higher thing, that everything is karma. It is flowing. What has to come will come. You just 100% focus on action. Don't be feverish about the fruit of action. Being feverish about the fruit of action is equal to ambition. Just focusing purely on the action. Yeah? You are a yogi. Even in this world, you will be a yogi. Even if you are just focusing on working very, very hard, you might become a millionaire. But you were not really looking for those $1 million. You were looking for purity in your present moment's action. Being in the world, attaining that money, that mansion, you are a yogi. Got it? A yogi does not mean he's poor or he lives on the roads and doesn't have money or doesn't have whatever clothes or diamonds. Yes, you could be the most richest person on this planet and be a yogi. Got it?
So even being all the relationship, like even after getting married, so after being like continuously practicing everything, can we still be not attaching to others and be enlightened?
Skill.
Okay.
Yes, the skill is required. You get married. Yes, you do all that responsibility that a married woman or for you guys married men have to do. But still be like a lotus in that pond. No attachment. Attachment is here. It's not external. External, you be a great mom when you become a mom. Yeah? But here be completely unattached. Yes, it's a skill to do that.
It's a little sensitive question though I'm asking. So when we are like for example your parents, okay, let's not say parents. It's somebody, someone.
It's okay.
No, if someone dies in your family, very close ones die, and we have to be detached, right? I mean, you feel the emotions in you. You go sad. You go into a depression. So how do we come out of it pretty quickly from that?
You get emotional and you cry when you think that the other person is no more. It's your limited understanding. The moment you come to this kind of a stage where you see the Brahman consciousness everywhere, you understand, oh, it's just the body that has been shed. The soul is here. You think in this room there are just 15 people listening to me? You see 15 bodies only. There are more.
Grandma passed away recently, so her soul will be around, like around us.
Yeah. We'll look at Upanishad. We'll understand what death does, how long a soul stays around. Yes, a soul does pass on to the other plane of existence, but that other plane of existence is here. It's not somewhere in the clouds or buried beneath the earth or whatever imaginary stories whatever, I don't know. It's right here. That plane of existence is right here. It's just passing on from the physical plane of existence to that subtle plane of existence. But they are here.
Because our five senses cannot perceive it.
No.
It's just
Can
like
we
Harry
hear
Potter
us?
movie.
Yeah.
No, it is very possible.
Yeah.
If you see the 934th platform is right between 9 and 10.
Yeah.
Only they can see it. It's
Yes,
another plane of existence.
Can they understand our message? Can they understand what we are saying in our message or not?
Yes.
So,
So, many times it happens that when you pass off from this body, but you've not taken the next body yet. Yeah? But your thirst for spirituality is so intense that you would still come and be here. Those souls are here.
Can you see that?
There's one sitting right next to you.
That was the highlight today.
Shift your
We will not sleep around the But I tell you one question. Actually, see, being in the spirit, when you're a normal person. I mean, I'm still a normal person, but when you're not in the spiritual path, basically you do all the rituals when someone passes away. You do all the rituals, and every year, on the death day, you do certain things. So the belief is that we have to respect the soul and we have to help them to get merged with our consciousness, whatever it is. But being in the spiritual path, what is the best way to respect them? Like how to
Meditate. Your prayers that you do, you go to the mandir and donate this and do all that is so,
it's all the body level.
yeah, it's external. Doesn't help them. When you meditate, especially initially when you are on the path, you will not experience a good meditation. Because for a long time, all the good merit of your meditation goes to your mother, your father, your grandparents. Doesn't matter whether they are living or they have moved on. The merit goes to them because it's called Pitra Rin. You understand Pitra?
yeah.
Ancestors, Rin,
Debt.
debt. You have a debt to your parents and their parents because they were responsible to bring you into this world. Yeah? And why is it a rin? Because it's a very big thing to get a human birth. Very big thing. Yeah?
But actually, so we who decides the parents, right?
We decide, but
But they are the
they are the channel. You could not have come without the channel. Yes? So there is a Pitra Rin, and it is because of this thing that human birth is the only birth in which you can get enlightened. You cannot get enlightened at an animal life. You cannot get enlightened even when you move on to the other side. Only in human birth can you get enlightened. That is why you get Pitra Rin immediately the moment you are born or the moment you are conceived. The debt starts. And how you pay back that debt is through your meditation.
There is always a saying that you cannot be able to return the debt for parents.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you can able to do it for your brothers, sisters.
Yeah, but not for your parents. Yeah, they say it because in the Mughal world, in his language, people don't meditate only. They don't do anything to move on to the spiritual path. They are lost in the material world. Yeah, so that is why it is said you can never pay it back. Yeah, but when you are on the spiritual path, it's an automatic debit happening from your account. Yeah? All your meditation merits initially for a few years go to your ancestors.
But if they have taken a different life,
Doesn't matter.
It's the
Debt is debt. Debt is with the soul, not with the body.
sense
It's with the soul.
So when the person is not here and as you're saying, like if you meditate that merit goes to them, so how does that help them who is not?
They will move in spirituality in the next birth. So you're adding to their account. Yeah, that is why they say, no, if you have a child who is on the spiritual path,
You're lucky.
you're very lucky. Now she got it.
She'll go and pack herself back.
I have a good son or a good daughter.
No, it's good to
You
know.
won't realize it now.
Don't bank on that. You never know whether they'll be spiritual or not. You practice, you follow your abhyasa.
But like by just doing meditation, do we have to like take names and all, or but by itself it's a meditation? Like, we have
It
to
goes
think about
without,
it.
even without you wanting to give, it goes. Automatic debit, I said, no, from your
You don't
account.
have to write a check.
Yeah, no check.
IRS is taking money out.
Yeah, that tax deducted at source. It is TDS.
Yes.
It's a tax you are paying to be born in this human body. Deducted at source. You don't even see that money.
And this is also near.
Ruled by Niyati.
Another line of thinking which I am currently going through it. Right now, the one which we are doing it is it some my kids in my previous lives and all that who are still living. I mean, maybe they are doing some practices where I am thinking.
You never know.
Could be.
Could be.
Yeah, that's true.
So don't be proud about yourself doing it. This thing. Those guys are doing somewhere.
Good. No doership. Everything is happening.
the level of meditation. You just sit.
No, the silencing of the mind is meditation. You sit with your eyes closed and you're thinking about why Pooja did this and why Pooja did that. No use. You're not meditating. No merit.
Then only debit happens.
Debit happens for the silence. Now he's calculating how much debit has happened. How much more I have to meditate.
What is the sign that the debt has been paid?
How sweet.
I'm just curious.
Your meditation, when it starts getting very deep, you will know, I'm done. That day you party. Arre!
Your credit score.
That should be a
Credit score will go up now.
That should be a birthday.
Yes.
We will have to come up with a karma score or something.
Ekta Didi, so I was about to ask this about when the soul actually in Kathopanishad we heard that the sight and sound everything goes away. So if the soul, even if it is present in the same plane with us, I mean, how does it get attracted to the spiritual knowledge or anything? I mean,
Arre, sweetie, you forgot. Oh, you have to repeat Kathopanishad again. Sight and sound still remains.
sight and sound still remains. So the soul gets attracted. I mean, how does it distinguish between the spiritual knowledge and gets attracted to it?
Through sight and sound?
But it doesn't have it doesn't have any intellect, right? To any sound is sound to it, whether it is bhajan or whether it is.
No, it's not like that. So this energy in this room speaks.
Okay.
Yeah, you enter a temple, it has a different energy. You enter a gun factory, it has a different energy. Right? Yeah, energy difference. That is what speaks to them. Yeah, they get that completely.
So till its time comes, it will be with us, and I mean, does it decide again? Like, is there a different logic for it? How it decides, depending on the energy again, that when it is has to come to this world and all that. from soul.
Okay, they never come into the physical plane of existence once they've moved on. But that other plane of existence is right here. It's not different. It's just not possible for you and I to perceive with our five senses. When in deepest meditation, you learn the skill of transcending this world of five senses, you can perceive them.
Why would the soul want to come back?
Why does the soul want to come back?
Come back to hear this knowledge that you just mentioned, that there are many more other than the bodies in the room. That made me think that why would those other consciousnesses...
There's no coming back. Again, I told you that other plane of existence is right here. There is somebody sitting right next to you, but you cannot see. Nothing to be afraid of. That other plane of existence is right here. There's no coming back. There is no going only.
Okay.
When there is no going, what is there to come back to? Got it?
Okay. Now I'm getting it. Yes.
But they transcend the planes, right, Didi? I mean, once they decide it's time for their birth again, they transcend the planes.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes. Transcending happens, but that plane is here.
Okay.
It's not visible to the human five senses. It's not perceived by the human five senses. But there's one clause: when you go deep into meditation, you attain siddhis where you can perceive the other plane. Those who are not getting it, do not worry. Slowly, slowly you'll understand when you do Upanishads. She has completed all the Upanishads, that is why she's asking this question.
Actually, that answers Didi. The biggest fear of death can be gone if we understand this concept. We are technically not going anywhere. We can still see, like, I can still see my mom, I can still see, I mean, whoever are there, I'm just moving the planes. So,
Perfect. Perfect, Varma.
Is it only parents and grandparents or the whole?
She's wondering, kitna debit hone wala hai? Well, that has not been demarcated in any scriptures. It's just called Pitraran. Don't be so miserly in giving. Huh? While taking, you took a human form. Yeah, it's the biggest gift that is possible. And now in giving back, you're being so miserly. Give, it's okay. Take my meditation merits. May I be able to pay all your debts.
I actually told my mother that you should not say anything when I am meditating because Ekta ji said that I am actually helping you.
पक्का फोन आने वाला है
That's the ultimate. That is why
Don't start educating people at home. Ask them to come and sit here. Huh?
that is why I told them to go and ask Guruji for intuition process. He say that you go and join intuition process.
Now, if the ancestors, what if they are like atheists and they just don't believe in all this? But once they pass the plane, they'll still grab our meditation.
So sweet. Yes. They get the merit. Somehow the other way you're trying to find a loophole. कहीं से तो नहीं जाए. You just understand if meditation is not happening, it is because some rin I am paying back. It's okay. It will take some time. I am ready to give it time.
Does it help only in moving them spiritually forward, or it helps them even physically and mentally living their life?
It's only spiritual.
There is only one growth.
Everything else is an offshoot of that anyways.
Claus will get $1 million.
So, Ekta ji, once you know that your debt is paid off to your parents, or in deep meditation, you would be knowing that, as you mentioned. So, after that, when you are still meditating and all that, what happened to those?
Now it's my merit. No, after that I accumulate merit. And I move higher and higher and higher. When you start moving higher, your awareness increases. Siddhis start happening. You get the power to bless. Then you don't have to do a blessings course to be able to bless. Yeah? You get the power to bless. When you bless, things really happen. You say something that really comes true. Yeah? You have an insight into what will happen in future. You can take away somebody's pain by just saying, stop worrying. Nothing is going to happen. And really nothing happens. You get these siddhis. It's a part of the process. But again, if you develop ego about the siddhis, you will lose them. Yeah, they come with a condition that you remain hollow and empty. What is hollow and empty? Have you seen a flute? Yeah. In a flute, how will music come out? Only if it is hollow and empty. If you fill up the flute with wood, will there be any music? No. Guru's grace will flow through you, or God's grace or the Brahman consciousness's grace will flow through you only if you are hollow and empty. Ego means filling it up with wood. Finished. No music, no siddhis. You will lose even what you have gained.
Yeah, we have to start following.
So, what is like? I'm not clear about human being hollow and empty. What does that mean?
Oh no, hollow and empty. Please don't imagine my body is hollow and empty.
No,
She's
like
so
that.
sweet.
No intention behind that question, but just someone.
Hollow and empty is where I don't have my mind full of ragas and dveshas. I like this, I don't like this, I want this, my ego. I know I only. Absolute silence, no mind. That is hollow and empty. Yeah. Simply put, hollow and empty equals to no mind. Complete silence.
Freeing from dvandva completely.
Free from dvandva completely.
Ektaji, question. Now, meditation doesn't happen. Two ways it can be, right? One, either all the merits are taken away by the ancestors, or it's because our mind is in the dvandva and the constantly whatever is going on. It can be one of the two reasons. It cannot be just because the ancestors are taking out its merits.
Correct.
Or
this I told you, ancestors, the merit is going to them only if you are really doing everything correct that has been given in Dhyana Yoga. You don't eat too much, you don't eat too little, you don't sleep too much, you don't sleep too little, you're not working like a workaholic all day. Yeah? There is a moderation in everything, and you are choiceless. Yes, you are in that silence, but still you don't feel you're going very deep. Yeah? Then that merit is going to the ancestors. Now, if you've not reached that silence only, then it has got to do with you lacking some effort. Got it? Yeah, if I'm lacking some effort, if I'm sleeping too much, or I'm not sleeping, or I'm working all the time. So whenever obviously I sit to meditate, if I work like a crazy horse, what will happen? When I sit to meditate, I'll start sleeping. I'll start snoring. I'm gone. I'm not meditating. If I've eaten too much, again I'll sleep. If I've eaten too little, what happens in meditation? My stomach is growling and I'm thinking about pizza and pasta and paratha. I'm not meditating. No. That's got nothing to do with ancestors taking away the merit. Silence has only not happened. The first step has only not been reached. Got it? They're still outside the house. Yeah. If everything you do in life is in moderation, you don't even have to think about it. Yeah. Very naturally you become a moderate person. Eating only sattvic vegetables, doing things at the right time, waking up at the right time, sleeping at the right time. Yeah. Working just as much as is the capacity of this body. Not too much, not too strenuous. Enough recreation also, Lord Krishna told you. But not too lazy also. Everything when you start doing in moderation, then meditation starts happening. Now, after that meditation starts happening, after you reach that silence, yeah, then the merits start going. to the ancestors, not before that. It's not started, huh? Otherwise, for most of you, it's not started only. Got it? So the way to enter the door, what is the key? Choicelessness. In the center. No raga, no dvesha. What is, is. Clear?
It happens only through meditation. And the people would not do meditation.
What doesn't happen to
And then
people?
the merit which is going to ancestors. So
Is that the
people are
only
not
way?
practicing meditation. So, but then,
Oh, so lucky, no? They don't lose anything.
No, I think her question is
They have a lot of karma. They accumulate more karma. Your karma gets wiped off because of the merit that passes on to them. How did you choose your parents? Strong raga or very strong dvesha from a previous lifetime. Huh? Now in this lifetime you are born to them. Yeah. You are born to them, you will observe in your relationship with your parent, either father or mother, there is an underlying current of a dvesha or an underlying current of raga. You will see with one parent probably there's a raga, with the other there's a dvesha. Most of the times that thing is there. Yeah. Could be. There are many odd cases where both are ragas or both are dveshas also seen quite a lot. Yeah. It's not that you don't love your parents, but there is this underlying current, very subtle current. Yeah. Now this continues throughout your life. Doesn't matter even if the parent passes away, huh? There is always that thing in the back of your mind. Yeah? And you don't know, it's in your unconscious mind. This could be very strong with your parent. Yeah? And you have that dvesha going on. You could again come back. That's why they say, no, people are born back in the same family. Yeah? They always say, oh, my grandmother is born as my daughter. She's exactly like my grandmother. You've heard this dialogue? Yeah. Why? Such a strong connection, such a strong dvesha or raga, you don't get a chance only to move away. You choose the same person again and come back. Now what happens when we pay off this merit through meditation? This becomes lighter. My raga or dvesha towards that person becomes lighter and lighter and lighter. Yeah? So my probability of coming back into body reduces, which increases the probability of enlightenment in this lifetime. Mathematics. Got it? So pay off, be happy. It's going now. Go. Be very happy. My karmas are getting wiped off. Even if it is a very strong raga and you love your mom or dad, still pay it off. Yeah, pay it off. Why do you want to come back into body? Why? To go through the same dukkha? How many times are you going to do it? Aren't you tired yet?
Like say my mom passed away like 35 years ago. So what if she has come back and I don't even know? So is she still taking merits from me?
It doesn't matter whether your mom is in the next human birth or not. The merit will go as much as it is due. You take a loan from a bank. Yeah, you take a loan from a bank. If you have to pay back 100,000, 100,000 will go, no?
Even if the bank goes bankrupt.
Even if the bank goes bankrupt, it goes. This is a new policy by Niyati. Yeah, even if the bank does not exist anymore, you keep losing your money every month. Yeah, so don't be stuck on it. Be happy about it. My bad karmas are getting wiped off.
I think the things which are not in our control, we shouldn't be thinking.
Exactly. So stop worrying so much about it.
Things in our control is to be more in center. So let's be more in center. So that I can go home early.